Episode 51 is dedicated to Nipsey Hussle. This episode is titled Holistically Speaking. Nipsey Hussle was gunned down in front of his own business in California this past Sunday, March 31st. He was actually working on a documentary on Dr. Sebi. We actually talked a little bit about Dr. Sebi and some of his programs in this episode. Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girls, Miss B and Keita of the 415 Podcast. How you doing, Keita?
I'm doing lovely. The sun is shining, but it's 20 degrees colder today.
Whatever. So. You in Atlanta, so I appreciate you trying to because yesterday you had about 80. It's whatever.
Yesterday was 80, and it's almost 60 degrees. It's not cool. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Well, we had a little something like that in Jersey. We did, but it's all good. But we have another guest feature for y'all. We have Shayla and Derrick of the Work Ethic LLC. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
What's going on? How are y'all?
Hanging in here. It's a little warm down here. We're not too far from ATL, so we kind of get the same weather as Miss Keita over there.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. We're so happy to have you guys on. This is about to be a dope conversation. We're excited.
No doubt. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So welcome. Shayla and I go way back, for new listeners and for, some of the people who know me. Shayla and I go way back to childhood. I mean, church. Yeah. I mean, usher board, choir, you name
it. DPU.
Come on, double dash. Vacation Bible School. We was all in. Yes, and I know Derrick. We went to high school together a little bit,
Oh yeah.
Mhm. So that's what's up. Keita and I, we go way back. How many years we've been friends?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Let's see. I want to say 2004, 2005. This is when I met Miss B in Virginia. I was dating her cousin. Well, then I married him. But yeah, so it's been a minute.
Yeah, I still put up with her. I don't know why though. I don't understand it. I don't know why. But whatever. Enough about us. We're excited about this feature. Walk us through. Tell us about work ethic. Tell us about you guys.
All right. Well, both Derrick and myself, as Miss B has stated, we are from Spring Valley, New York. Ooh.
Valley.
Just a little bit, right? And we currently are here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We've been here roughly for almost 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years. And currently I do the health coaching. That's my sole thing, what I do right now. And Derrick, on your side, what do you do?
Yeah, so Shay's one half of Work Ethic LLC, Holistic Health Coaching, and obviously I'm the other half. In addition to that, though, I'm also a personal trainer, and I'm an active duty service member. So that's what brings us to Fayetteville. Some of you guys are wondering, why would he go from Rockland, New York, to Fayetteville, North Carolina? So that's the reason behind that. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome, and thanks for the service.
Hey, no problem.
Yes, because Keita from Virginia, so she know all about that.
Right. Yeah, I'm from Hampton Roads, so.
Okay. I'm familiar with Virginia, but we take it from there. Okay, Hampton. All right.
757, what up?
Hello.
People respond the same way when you say Rockland too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So tell us what is a holistic coach? How did you guys come up with, your name, work ethic? How did you get into holistic coaching?
Yeah, so it goes back to about 2012, right? So the whole idea was conceived after I graduated my undergrad program in organizational leadership. And at the time, I was like, man, I want to start a business. I saw my father, he had a pretty successful business in Rockland. But it wasn't until around 2014 when Shay graduated her program, 15, So we really started to flesh out what that would look like. So we knew we wanted to do something, health and fitness, wellness, but we just didn't know what. So both of us have struggled, throughout our lives. I've always been a lighter weight dude. She's always been a little heavier. So weight management, self-esteem, image issues. And we finally made a conscious decision to say, hey, let's identify the root cause of this unhappiness, right? Because we have everything that we want, right? We have kids, beautiful home, full-time jobs, school's knocked out. The American dream, right? So once we really started to, look at those things and delve into that a little bit more deeply, it came to a shocking realization that, I'm talking about a lot of the stuff that we learned about food, relationships, spiritualities, career, you name it, was either incorrect, outdated, or it just, wasn't applicable to our current situation, and what we valued at the time. So, unbeknownst to us, we ended up stumbling across Institute of Integrative Nutrition.
It's actually based out of New York.
Yeah, Manhattan, New York. Wow. Yeah, cool. So, they focus on health coaching and, one of the premier schools actually for health coaching. So pretty much wrapping up that program, and it's been a blessing. It's been eye-opening. It's definitely exceeded all expectations. So.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So what is holistic coaching? Is it, how is it different from, I guess, the normal, medicine and all that type of stuff?
All right. So the generalization of it is a holistic health coach actually we support. So we encourage, support, assist people wanting to transition into a healthier, more sustainable lifestyle.
Okay.
Whereas on work ethic, what we do, go ahead, Dave.
So I think Shay summed it up pretty good for a health coach, but over at work ethic, we work with busy adults, right? Whether you have kids or don't. It is a globalized world. Everything's moving at the speed of computers. So we work with busy adults that, want to limit unwanted weight gain and an increasing risk for age-related disease. Right. So a lot of people don't put two and two together, but studies have proven time and time again, individuals with, more weight on their frame, typically a higher risk for, diseases. And I hate to say age-related disease because that's not the case a lot of times. It's just lifestyle diseases that, people end up, having toward the end of their life, right? Because at some point in time, you're going to have to pay the bill, whether you choose to, do the things that you need to do earlier on in life, exercising, eating right, and not necessarily saying you need to go to the gym. You need to hit weights. You need to run. You can walk. You can, take the long way instead of the elevator, taking the stairs, simple things like that could, add longevity or increase your longevity. But these age-related diseases that,
are
preventable. People end up paying for it later in life, and it's sad. So we try to, encourage people to get active, eat the right things, love, learn.
Yeah, and just on top of what Derrick is saying, we believe your food is your medicine. That's it. So as far as the holistic approach, instead of just going to a doctor, and we have nothing against physicians, we do not, but here we are walking around in our bodies. And I'm 32. I've been in this body for 32 years. Why should I go to someone else to tell me about my body? I should know about my body. And so this is what we try to encourage. So instead of just going when you're sick, let me go to CVS or Walgreens or something and just get some medication to suppress the symptoms, how about you try to see what's the root of the problem?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And try to find it and dig a little deeper and just listen to your body and see how it feels. Because a lot of times it could be something as simple as, hey, I have a headache. Instead of getting ibuprofen, how much water have you drank today?
Right.
And that's common.
That's something very, or how much caffeine have you had? How much sugar have you put inside your coffee? Something as simple as that, where it can make that change, but we're so quick to try to suppress the symptom and not really looking in the mirror. And treating the problem, looking in the mirror and seeing who's causing that problem. In reality, is you and what you're consuming.
Y'all preaching today.
That's it.
Sorry.
And it's funny that you said it, because I went to the doctor the other day just to try to figure out what was going on. And Miss B would tell you, I really don't like taking medicine. I don't like it unless I really have to, because I may suffer from a migraine every now and then, and I'll take something, but it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I need to take something every day to get rid of my migraines. But I was talking to my doctor, and he was trying to figure out, a certain symptom that was occurring. And I looked at him, and he was like, yeah, you need to do this, this, and this. And I was talking about my migraines. He was like, well, yeah, it could be a migraine, but it may be something else. It may be that you're having a sinus infection, or you may have this and you may have that. And I was like, all right. So I didn't realize that my doctor had put in a prescription for me. And I just know that CVS had called my phone and was like, oh yeah, your prescription is ready. I'm like, what? So when I got to the doctor, one of the prescriptions that he gave me, I was like, okay, acid reflux. All right, whatever. But then he gave me something else. And I was like, what is this for? And it was like, oh, your liver. And I said, my liver? I said, no, I'm not taking that. No. Yeah. I said, I'm going to go down to Seven Nandas, down in Little 5 Points. And I'm going to go find me some herbs. I'm gonna go find some vitamins, because I'm not doing this. I probably take if anything, I'll take a detox. I'll do a total body detox before I take any prescribed medicine, because my aunt always said, you start taking this medicine, then you need this medicine to stop whatever that one started. Exactly. So no, I'm not doing that. No.
But just, Ms. Keita, just on top of what you were saying, I got my first hands on the medical field, and I was in an endocrinology office. And I literally sat at the front desk, and I can see the way that the system works, the healthcare system, and pharmaceuticals, and how they have relationships with the doctors. And then the pharmaceutical rep will come into our office. They would treat us to lunch just to sit down with the nurse practitioner or the doctor, and then they're saying, and I would overhear the conversations. Oh, I know the perfect person for this. And then me at the front desk, if that person was to call saying, hey, my blood sugar dropped, or hey, my hair's swollen out, or hey, I'm having excessive weight gain, I'm having palpitations, all these things that are happening to their body, I have to run in there and get the doctor and say, hey, this person's experiencing this, and they would leave with their patient just to come talk to them. And then I realized right then and there that we're lab rats.
Well, you guys, it's all in the name, right? So like what law, right? So medicine is a practice.
It is.
So I mean, a lot of times we look to these doctors because, they have this extensive amount of, institutional training and schooling. Look to them for the answers.
Right.
A lot of this stuff, none of it's esoteric when it comes to your own health, right? Because they already put out what we need to do, right? Drink water. That's one thing that people don't do.
They don't.
You drink water, a lot of things in your body would change, right?
Right.
And it's just, removing the source of stress, getting more sleep. It's not huge things you need to do. It's just simple things that we overlook.
The subtle changes.
And we never say, hey, that could be the source of my problem. That could be why I'm gaining weight. I'm just not getting enough sleep. Or I'm stressing throughout the day.
Oh, look.
Y'all yelling at me because I'm the stress queen.
Oh, goodness. A lot of people that way. I mean, I experienced that myself. Like, I was trying to juggle a graduate program. I wanted to be a great father, a great husband, and, a great leader at the same time. That's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't getting as much sleep because I wanted to be up, thinking if I put in more work, then I'm going to stay on top of my game. It's going to pay off. But, you get those eye twitches and, things like that. You're not performing a standard.
Look at it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. I just first.
I was in the mirror just now. What you mean? Okay.
Yeah. It's stuff like that you don't realize. You're trying to figure out what it is, and then, to balance out my lows, I'm substituting sleep for coffee. And
a little
I want to stay on top of my game when really it was just hindering my performance. All it would have taken was a 30-minute nap.
Right.
And I could have been, back to soaring, but, so. Yeah.
Or some deep breathing exercises.
Exactly.
Or, consuming more water.
At the time, meditation.
Or meditation. Like, and this is, now everything that we're giving you is a part of the holistic approach in letting your body heal. And like I said, just listening to your body, like stepping back and be like, hold on. And like I said, we have nothing against physicians or anything.
Not at all.
We just believe
Clear that up. Not at all.
Nothing against them at all. Like I said, I love what I'm thankful for them. But like I know how the healthcare industry works, and you guys know, and at least someone who's experiencing it, or you're going through it yourself.
So the idea is that there's a place for allopathic medicine. Like so, we're Western medicine. If you needed surgery or you needed an operation or a traumatic event, like we're wonderful in that. But when it comes to some of these other things, it may be, preventative. We struggle. Look at Eastern medicine, and I mean, they've got it all under control. The herbs, the teas, and the foods that you eat, the meditation, and reflection, and just taking time out of your day to get in tune with yourself. That's where you get it.
Yeah.
And all that's work for the most part.
And because I feel like science, I feel like they took science is a beautiful thing when it comes to the human body. Because I wanted to be in a surgical assistant, I was trying to find my path, but I couldn't find it. So,
okay.
But I do love the human body, and I love how beautiful the human body works, because it works without being commanded to work, and the way it functions is just crazy. And they took it and monetized it. That's what made it ugly. They monetized the beauty of the human body. So, and I tell people all the time, and back to what you were saying as far as, our food, what you eat can actually heal you, because I've talked to so many coworkers and friends and told them, they'll say, oh, my blood pressure is high, my cholesterol is high. And I told them, I said, look, I just tried to challenge them. And I was like, I'll do it with you if you want me to. I said, if you do a 2-week fruit and vegetable diet, you can lower your cholesterol quickly. Just do fruits and vegetables for 2 weeks and see how your body reacts. Because I done it for maybe like a month or two, and I noticed how my brain wasn't as foggy. It wasn't cloudy. I could, it was better. But then as soon as I ate bread or meat, that on that same day, within 5 minutes, it felt like a computer just was shutting down.
Wow.
Sluggish, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, it felt real sluggish. And then, you know how usually after you eat your lunch, and I was doing the fruits and vegetables, after you eat your lunch, you're kind of like, when you're eating a regular lunch, you're kind of like tired. You're like, oh my God, I want to go to sleep. But after you eat fruits and vegetables after your lunch, and you're like, oh, I got energy. I can, I'm good. You're hyped. And it's like, oh, I can tell the difference when you eat certain food. So, but they try to call me the witch doctor at work, because they're like, oh, there you go with your essential oils and your herbs and stuff.
Yes, get it. That's what. But let me tell you, when you're living longer than them, they're going to be running to you like, can I get some essential oils for healing? Because we believe in, and you're not going to give it to them. You see?
I'm gonna be like, I got to go talk to the ancestors for you before I do that.
Yes, talk to them.
Me and her refusing. She was trying to get me to do. I'd be like, nope.
Right.
Go doctor. Nope.
I'll be like, girl, just take you this, go get you some black seed oil, this, and this. And I got black seed oil for days in this house.
Oh, man.
That's wonderful.
I think that's why we met.
On it.
Yeah. She tried to be on it. She be trying,
Well, she's starting, right?
You gotta start somewhere, right?
You definitely need to.
I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to get there. I'm trying.
Neither.
You know what? And that's, I'm glad you said that, because for us, for Shay and myself, that's huge, right? Because none of us are perfect. So you know what I've noticed is that it's been my experience that when people go on, diets, or they actually, embark on their health journey, right, so to speak, they feel like they have to be perfect, right? So I can't eat these certain things. I can't do this. I can't go here. And it's like, no, you can still live life. You have permission to live life. You just got to make better health choices, right? Things that are in the best interest for you and your body and your mind,
right?
So that's, that's one way we differ from.
Yeah, we focus on bio-individuality. I didn't want to cut Derrick off. And a perfect example of that, like, what works for me may not work for my husband. And what works for him may not work for me. Like, I can tell you straight up, I cannot eat meat. That's not me. So I live a plant-based vegan lifestyle. And that's just over time frame, because I've seen what meat has done to me, where I stopped eating beef and pork at 14. Then I went to be a pescatarian. Then when I got pregnant with our daughter, I picked up chicken again. But now I'm like, I really don't care for it. And so now I went from being, and if you guys don't know the difference, I'm a pescatarian. You eat fish, seafood, and everything. And then I went from that, and I did consume eggs, but then I went to being a vegetarian. And then once I cut eggs out of my diet, I went to being a vegan. But that doesn't mean that I can't enjoy it occasionally, you know?
Exactly.
Right.
But, and this is why we try to get people away from the word diet, because when you focus on diet, that's like a temporary solution. And it's a bad word. How about you just say a lifestyle change? So you won't have to worry about fluctuating with weight.
So, you know,
you don't have to worry. Yeah, because there's so many diets out there nowadays, and people, then once you break the diet, oh my God, I'm going to, you know, and then people panic, like, oh, I'm going to gain 10 pounds. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
You know, but you know what's genius behind diets, because it come out all the time. And once again, there's dietary theories. So yes, it may work, but diets aren't meant to be on for long term, right? You get on a diet to get a jump start, right, to lose weight, but then you gradually transition into a healthier lifestyle, because people say, hey, I went on a keto diet and I lost 40 pounds. And I'm like, congratulations.
Now what do
Someone says, hey, I went on a paleo diet and I lost 40 pounds. Like, congratulations, right? And then it goes back to, you can lose an enormous amount of weight on any diet if you had a poor diet to start off with, or a poor lifestyle to start off with. That just goes without saying. You're going to lose the weight because you're cutting back on soda, you're drinking more water, you're incorporating more fruits and veggies. Yeah, it's naturally going to happen. But can you sustain that? And that's some of the hardest stuff for people to, you know, to face, is that once that diet program or a crash diet, fad diet that they're on ends, what happens? Typically, for most people, they end up gaining their weight and some. You know, you might have lost 40 pounds, but now you just put on 60 pounds because you stopped doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? So that's the unfortunate part of it.
Right.
But all that can be prevented, you know, just adopting and incorporating, you know, a new lifestyle, healthier lifestyle altogether. So.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done, and this is the reason why we're here.
Okay. I know.
You see?
This conversation is lit. You understand me?
Yeah, because people need to know.
Yeah, I'm looking at my bottle of water that's still full.
I'm passionate about this too. So I don't know if you guys probably tell. We live this. We love it. Like every day of the week, we're talking about this stuff.
But it also makes us better as individuals and make our improvements, because we cannot sit here and tell people to eat right and do well and, you know, practice meditation, self-development. We cannot tell people to do that, and if we don't do it ourselves.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So one of the hardest things to control is your consumption.
Yeah.
And but look at the world. As soon as there's marketing in everywhere we go. So you walk down, you drive down the street and you see McDonald's, you see Burger King, you smell food.
Down here it's bad.
It's ridiculous in the South. Oh my goodness.
Like, I just want the French fry. Let me just get one. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, and then what happens when your body's craving something, usually you're lacking some sort of nutrient in your body, and so you go towards the bad food, when in reality you should be putting more vegetables into your diet, or, you know, you need a little bit of more something, you know, and but like I said, everybody's body is different, and you just have to know what's best for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness, this conversation is crazy. We are coming up on like the end, but are you guys available like for the next 30 weeks?
No, we're here. It takes a lot, and I'm happy that you guys are taking this opportunity with us, because I think one of the hardest topics to talk about, besides religion and credit and politics, is your health. Your health.
Yep.
No one wants to talk about it. Yeah, so we're here.
For our listeners now, this is part 1. Y'all better get ready for the part 2.
Because I got a question.
Listen, when Keita got a question.
I got a question.
She always keep in mind, but we just going to end this right here, and then we're going to pick up in just a few.